What exactly is systems engineering? Well, it is the process of bringing systems into being, spanning over an entire cycle, starting from some list of requirements and concepts and extending through the system's operation and even its disposal. Systems engineering, however, is a pretty broad practice and can be applied to any system, big or small, which is why, here at the United States Air Force Academy, the subject is split into a variety of focuses. Here are some USAFA cadets of different focuses of the SE major, telling their stories of their experiences.
Howdy, I'm Jack Ayers and I'm a systems engineering major, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the computer science depth. So, computer science, as the name implies, you're going to be dealing with computers a lot, specifically the software. So the coding languages, the process of coding efficiently, and a lot of those more fun types of stuff where you're hitting on the computer and you're typing around a lot. One of the unique things with the comp sci depth is you have a lot of breadth of which you can choose your focus. So what I mean by that is you have your two foundational classes that you're required to take. So you have to code in C and learn a lot about what is efficient code, what's inefficient code, what's a good way to effectively code and properly execute some function, this, that, or the other. From there, you have two more class options where you can take anything from networking, doing server-side networks versus client-side databases. You can do web design, you can even do app design. So you have a lot of areas with which you can apply that foundational expertise that you develop. And then from there, you can use that in your actual systems engineering majors classes. So that's one of the things that I love about systems engineering is it ties very well into itself, regardless of what depth you do. It's very good on building itself on those project skills that you develop throughout the classes themselves. Being able to develop leadership skills and project management and as part of your class is very useful for obviously your character, but it also helps real world application. You have a lot of utility with which you can use at your jobs. You can lead projects and you can be the responsible one. But also you get to practice that with the SE major itself. You can lead anything from creating a simple schedule of who works when on your projects to all the way to leading a project for creating an advertising team for a major option. So consider SE, it's a great major. And that's all I have to say.
The systems department is incredibly flexible in allowing you to set up your academic goals. As I began looking at the list of SE focuses during my 3rd-degree year, I realized that I wasn't interested in any of the focuses that were listed, so I began looking at other majors. Civil engineering caught my attention, but the major itself would require me to take many courses that were either unenjoyable or irrelevant to my learning objectives. I enjoyed all my SE classes up to this point and I wanted to remain in the department, so I decided to talk to my academic advisor. The systems department and the civil department were able to work together to create a plan so that I could get a feel for the best of simple engineering while maintaining my systems way of thinking. Systems civil is the smallest of the focuses. Only a few cadets have chosen this focus before, but there are plenty of opportunities for cadets who want to pursue this path. The civil engineering department has awesome instructors, and the lab work is fun as well as insightful. The civil courses that are in my plan include some of the following: sustainable engineering, introduction to geotechnical engineering, and architectural design. There are plenty of other course offerings to include hydraulics, concrete design, and structural design. During the 3rd-degree summer, systems civil majors also participate in the USAFA Field Engineering and Readiness Laboratory, also known as FURL, along with the dedicated civil engineering majors. This is a great opportunity to get some construction experience as well as work with a driven team. In summary, it is fun to be able to put systems thinking with useful and complex civil engineering concepts to create useful structures and products. The systems civil focus gives the best of both worlds, and its applications are endless.
Hi, my name is Meredith Jones, and I am a systems engineering aero major. So that means on top of the 4 system classes we all take, I take 4 classes in the aeronautical engineering department. This discipline is more focused on understanding the aircraft as a whole, and how it functions as a system. So you have classes that study the engines, and you have classes that study why aircraft are designed the way they are, and what makes them function the way they do. What makes it unique is you can tailor your classes to what you want to study. So if you're more interested in engine design, engine function, you can study specifically that, because there's classes such as propulsion, thermodynamics, and fluid dynamics. However, if you want to study design and how an aircraft reacts to different situations, you can study static stability, dynamic stability, and aircraft controls. Additionally, there's a really cool class where you can practice flight test techniques in an actual aircraft. It's very selective to get into, but very interesting class. Why should someone choose this? I feel like you should choose this if you have a real passion for aircraft, but may not necessarily want to know everything about how they fly. You just want to get a good idea of why they're designed the way they are, why they react the way they do in certain situations, and how they fly. It's good if you want to be a pilot so you have a basic understanding of how your aircraft might react, and it's good if you want to go into aircraft design in the future, because you can plan how to design a system as a whole. It's also great because you don't have to take a lot more in-depth math that may be difficult, and it offers just a lot more flexibility down the road. For example, maybe if you're not interested in aeronautical engineering down the future, you can stick to just systems and planning. But if you want to do more aeronautical engineering and maybe get a master's, you have the option to do that. Personally, I took it because I like the idea of systems engineering and be able to plan a whole project and have a nice oversight and overview of everything that needs to be done. But I've always had an interest in aircraft, how they fly, why they react the way they do. So take this major, take this depth option if you just want a broad idea of how an aircraft functions, but want to but you're more interested in understanding why systems work and how to develop a system. Thank you.
What is up, guys? Coming to you live from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. My name is Kobe Kurtz, and I'm a systems engineer, human factors major. So a lot of people like to ask me, hey Kobe, what is human factors engineering? And through my years of studies, I've pretty much found that it is the integration of a human and a system together. So think of it kind of like this. So people are inherently soft and squishy, and machines are inherently hard and rigid. And we have to be able to come together and make a nice little compromise so that we can increase our user satisfaction, our user safety, our user everything. So the main reason I chose this one was I actually came into the academy expecting to be a mechanical engineer. And then once I started looking around, I started looking at the other majors and figuring out what I really wanted to do. I decided I don't want to be stuck in my room all day and all night doing terrible projects and terrible everything, I guess. I decided something that was more for me was I wanted to have a nice compromise between my social life and my academics. I wanted some sort of balance. So human factors engineering really allows me to do that, and it allows me to have fun, have a life. One of the best things about our department, I'd say, is our teachers and department heads. They're fantastic. They're willing to help you out with anything that you need. My AC advisor is fantastic. I've come to them for several different issues I've had. We have one of the best departments in the academy, so definitely the move there. And if I had to go back and try to do it all again, I would absolutely choose human factors engineering, and I recommend you do too. Thank you.